Today, we've got an absolute treat for you. It's WWE Legends House.
Oh, how are they not doing this? How are they not doing more of this?
I know. This is quite hidden away on the network. You have to go onto the main screen. You then click on originals. You then click on reality shows. You go past comedies. And I haven't clicked on comedies, but oh my God, can you imagine the quality of that?
This is funnier than most of the stuff. It should be in comedy.
It should be. And over the course of the season, Pete, how it starts is very much not how it ends, right?
Okay.
On the surface, it's just a fun reality show where they take a load of these big, colourful characters from the 1980s and they put them in a house for a load of hijinks. And very, very quickly, it becomes this very weird and unsettling show, which is absolutely full of unspoken sorrow. It becomes a really somber meditation on growing too old for an industry that you worked in and found brothership and camaraderie, which you have now been exiled from due to age. Their glory is behind them. This is a reminder of the glory years, but they realise this is the last dance, that there is no way they can get that glory back. They then have the slow realisation that age has robbed them of anything special. And they talk about the inability of a complete generation of men to actually communicate meaningfully with one another, which leaves them filled with regret and longing, right?
And Tony Atlas being thick for half an hour at a time.
It's amazing. It's like the heaviest fucking like HBO Max drama you could ever imagine, except it's filmed like a fun reality show about wrestling. And this is basically what they thought the show was going to be.
Go. Hello, legends.
Holy balls! We've all interacted together in the ring, but now we got to put up with each other in the Legends house.
Gene, what's your favorite thing to wear to bed?
Boxer shorts. Maybe you know too much.
We may be a little bit older, but we still know how to have a real good time. All right, Ashley. We have arrived, Las Vegas.
Hey, the greatest in a house for that long a period of time? Woo! Give me a break.
And now, right, after 8 episodes, let's find out what the show has become.
Hey, man. Thank you. It was an honor. No kidding, brother. It was an honor. It was a lot of fun, man. Appreciate you getting me through it. Yeah, thank you for getting me through it. Yeah. See you in, I hate goodbyes. Yeah, I know. No goodbye. Love you, Pipe. I love you, too. Take care, man. Makes me sad. Maybe why I'm sad is because I got a new fountain and you take him away again.
Moonlight Sonata.
I don't think we will all see each other ever again.
What the fuck happened there? The tonal shift.
What I like
from
about
holy balls to saying you've given me a family and taken them away again.
Honestly, it's the thing that gets me is like it starts like any shit American partly scripted kind of reality TV show, but because the men have been out the lineup for too long, they don't really know how to do it. They can't take prompts from the producers properly, and fundamentally they don't know how to keep their shit together.
No,
it all ends in a weird kind of expression of emotion.
Oh my
God, and dead friends, and God,
it's so heartbreaking. What's really apparent is they had a thing of just going, these guys knew how to party and we'll put them together. And you know what? We don't even need to give them stuff to do because they will just generate stuff because they are wild men.
They're almost in their 70s, each and every one of them.
And they shouldn't be put in this situation under any circumstances. Just a little bit of background. The show began filming in early February 2012 at the former house of Harpo Marx in Palm Springs in Florida. Right? The idea was the network was about to launch, and so they wanted this original programming to kick it off with.
Yeah.
The network didn't launch due to a number of problems for another 3 years. years. So this was sitting in the can for a long, long time. It stars Roddy Piper, Pat Patterson, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Tony Atlas, Jimmy Hart, Howard Finkel, the announcer, Gene Okerlund, and Hillbilly Jim. And really early on, what's apparent is it's not a house that's set up for that many people.
It's not. It's like a weird... There's a lot of exposed wrought ironwork.
Yeah.
There's very dark rooms, painted rooms, and it looks a bit like porno set.
It does.
Looks a bit sexy house.
It does.
And they've each got not quite a double bed. And there's two to a room, pretty much. And they've each got their pictures at the head of their beds, and it's just...
The best thing about it, not just is it's two to a room, there's not enough toilets. So they sort of make it clear very early on that Jimmy Hart and Hillbilly Jim do not have access to a toilet unless they go through Roddy Piper and Hacksaw Duggan's bedroom. And there's so much about it that when Hillbilly Jim is sharing with Jimmy Hart, because I know he's sexually naive,
yeah.
I just had the image of, because they've done that, there's no walls. Jimmy Hart just waking up at 3 a.m. to find that his covers have been lifted at the side, and there's an interested Hillbilly Jim looking at what's going on, desperate, as soon as the toilet light goes on, scuttling over. What's going on here? It's so weird.
Gene, probably don't share that, don't hear this. I cleaned the toilet. I walked in there, and it don't look like tobacco juice. The best movie that I've seen, it's not in English, but you understand it so well, was Frankenstein. The first one, Frankenstein.
Hillbilly Jim did talk about the actual... So little information about this. But he said, we were there forever. They took away everything from us. We didn't have no telephones, nothing. The way they do it is no radio, no TV, no magazines, no newspapers. They mic you up and go at it.
Presumably, like these old warriors, these old elder statesmen of wrestling, like all of their stories unbroadcastable.
Yeah.
Every last one of them.
Not just that. They are too old to do this. Young people, when you put them in that scenario, will create drama. These guys are frail, some of them, right? Roddy Piper, I mean, we'll get to Roddy Piper. They don't necessarily seem like mentally all there either.
No, he's definitely... And Piper knows how to play up to it as the crazy guy. But, I mean, it's just a lot of fucking cocaine damage there, isn't it? He's just fucked. And I think 3 of them are still with us. Obviously, Mean Gene's died, Pat Patterson's died, Piper's died. Like, they weren't that long away from...
Finkel's died,
Finkel,
There's a joke in one of the episodes where they do a roast where someone says, obviously, you know, I just hope I know you guys until the day we die. In Mean Gene's case, 2 weeks away. And there is a bit about that where he laughs, but they all seem very old.
Yeah.
And it's a weird thing where they've taken a youth idea, which is everyone shooting from the hip, and there's going to be, like, you know, battles, and there's going to be
Sophie,
people clashing.
Can I have a word with you, please? Oh.
Would it be possible to get some leg medication?
But no, that's right. You can imagine sort of turn up and next their little double beds are just taking all their tablets out.
I'm not having Mean Gene taking my tablets in the morning thinking they're his. Well, I did it because I don't know where my tablets are. Whoop.
Give me some... Tony Allen, what's a tablet?
I'm called the Wizard, and I can heal people. Now, for an army of men, I'm a big deal.
This also was an incredibly long shoot.
Right.
But I have a feeling it was 21 weeks. And they're away from their home a long time.
Yeah.
When you get older, things like that really matter. You have a bed that's not comfortable.
Yes,
You're tired all the time. You want to have your own toilet. You know, it's just heartbreaking.
It takes them back to the dignity of their road life.
It does. What I mean? And what they want to do at this stage in their life is they want to sit around with their wives and they want to smoke cigars.
Yeah.
And they don't want to move and they don't want to be cajoled into doing things. What they do, the producers here, is they have that thing of going, this is a reality show. These are the wild men. We can just sit back and it will just happen. And that was a disastrous decision. Maybe when they were younger, this would have been chaos and this would have been really fun. And you have to remember, these guys, it's not like necessarily they've had producers sit in front of them and give them a test. They've just gone, Vince McMahon has gone, you know who's a real firecracker? Rowdy Roddy Piper. The guy won't shut up. Oh, it'll be fireworks. And you bring him in And he's basically going, I don't know where I am. I don't know.
And it's like, fucking don't hug me, I'm scared. Around the table, just sort of going, what do we do now?
I know. The best bit is really early on. I think Tony Atlas is the first to arrive. And within 30 seconds of him arriving, there's just a shot of him sitting alone at a table, eating food like he's really hungry. He's so hungry.
It's the first fruit he's eaten in 20 years. And there's a point where I think, I can't remember who comes, he's got food in his hand. And he looks at the hands and he goes, and starts hugging and stuff.
As soon as I saw Tony, it was just like the last time I saw him eating. He's always eating.
It is worth saying the entire first episode is built around the entrance of Roddy Piper.
Yes.
And everyone is continually saying, oh my God, wait till Hot Rod gets here. Then this whole thing is just going to go
it's fun,
bananas.
Bobby from Friends.
Yeah, everyone is saying it. Piper's coming. Oh, batten down the hatches. And when the door opens tentatively, like a door being opened by a cartoon mouse in a Christmas story, Piper has the look of a man with dementia who's returned to his childhood home, who has got there and gone, I don't know why everything's different.
He's just hanging out with all of his invisible friends when he's a kid.
And he comes in and he's got a weird mood on where he's decided he's just going to be cagey and not enjoy it. And he's going to be quiet and he's going to look like he's trying to scuttle away in a corner. And it's just so awful, that moment where he arrives and everyone just goes,
oh, he's not
this is not going to work. This isn't going to happen.
Like, I quit drinking September 1st, 09. Quit everything, drugs and alcohol. But being here, I find
Go. The weirdest thing is the most in character person out of all of them is Mean Gene, who is really over Mean Gene. Everyone else is sort of trying to be a bit normal, I've moved on, and Gene hasn't changed at all.
No, follow me to the tennis court, gentlemen.
Well, if you like steak, Mr. Piper, let me make it clear, this is an excellent steak. He's introduced a new thing as well, which again I think of as being something's gone wrong with his mind a bit, where he's continually referencing his testicles. So
he's on about his balls.
Always on it about holy balls, he says. At one point, they're just having a drive. And Mean Gene goes, when we get to Vegas, he says, I'll want to have a shower, I'll want to have a shave, and I'm going to want to sandpaper all over my balls. It's just, again, it's that thing of just sitting there and just going, Dad,
stop doing the ball, stop.
Don't know where this is coming from, but you are doing it again, and we're hearing it a lot now. Hillbilly Jim playing along, and he's going, well, that's going to take all day, surely. Like that, just, no, Hillbilly, don't.
Hillbilly,
come on.
I know you're naive sexual, you're not really sure what they do.
Yeah. I hope I meet a showgirl who can sandpaper her balls. No, right. Dad, you've set off Hillbilly Jim now, and this is all becoming a bit chaotic. It's scaring Roddy Piper.
We got rubber ducky, flying flocks of flamingos. Flock of flamingos. Flock of flamingos. Flock of flamingos. Flock of flamingos.
It's just hearing Jimmy Hart speaking at a normal timbre.
Yeah.
With his sunglasses off, and it's so weird.
There's some bits that are so unfortunate. So Jimmy Hart has basically come in with a whole range of old WWF T-shirts.
Oh, yeah,
and he's got 50
of
them. And in the interim, they've lost their legal battle against the WWF, the World Wildlife Fund. And so every single T-shirt he wears as a good company man has now got to be blurred out. Everyone wearing blurred T-shirts by having done the right thing.
Jimmy Hart goes up and squeezes Tony Atlas's arms like Purple Lucky.
Oh,
look at his arms!
It's like Purple Lucky.
Tony Atlas is a pervert.
Oh my God!
Most of you guys out here know that I got a fascination with feet, shoes, sneakers, sandals. Now, when I see a woman in high heels, hey, now we're talking.
that first episode, the producers have a thing going, what you need to do now you've moved in is you need to go and visit the neighbours and give them some bundt cake.
It's so weird. So first things first, Ashley from the Pussycat Dolls turns up.
I mean, that they never reference that she's from the Pussycat Dolls.
Yeah, and I was like, was this pre-Pussycat Dolls? No, it was post-Pussycat. And the only thing they ever says, Jimmy G goes, oh, fuck, a woman.
I know.
I'd very much like to have sex with you.
Gene, again, he has a thing of every woman through this series that he sees. He's just like, this must be the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. You're a beautiful woman. Gene, it's not going to fucking happen. By the end, Gene is making Ashley from the Pussycat Dolls
really
a cocktail.
Heavy cocktails.
I'll give you an Okerlund. What is it?
What's that fizzing in the bottom? What's that fizzing in the bottom? Nothing. Don't look at that.
She says to him, she says, Gene, are you trying to take advantage of me? The very fact that not only was that said, but the producers went, we should put it in.
We should put that in,
because it needs to reflect a little bit of what Ashley went through. That cocktail that he makes is 2/3 of a glass is gin, vodka, and then he has some ice in it. There's something red, and there's a little bit of soda. And she tries to drink it, and she's just like, I am choking on this. And Gene just necks it. Just knocks down half a pint of vodka.
Well, and then they reference that Gene's a heavy drinker.
Every episode talks about him being a drunk.
Yeah, they do it right at the very end.
Yeah.
Roddy calls him an alky or whatever.
Yeah.
And Gene really unhelpfully goes, how's your rehab going?
I know.
Like, fucking hell, Gene.
Something you only say
of you.
when you're quite pissed, isn't it? It does suddenly make a lot of sense. You go, Gene is absolutely blotto in this. But he's lucky because he has a voice that doesn't change when he's pissed. Right at the end, he's introducing Pat Patterson onto stage, and we've just seen him drink half a pint of vodka. And when he comes out on stage, his eyes are fucked, but his voice is exactly the same.
Yeah.
A close personal friend of mine who I've known for 40 years. And you just go, this guy's a machine.
Happy days.
Happy day.
You worked the entire day, and it's 5 o'clock someplace. I always point that out for the record.
Oh, the first episode. I mean, by the end of the episode, what you need to know is this fun thing where a load of guys get together again has ended with Rowdy Roddy Piper in his dressing gown, wandering round some waste ground in the dark, staring at the moon.
It's Tampa, isn't Tampa?
Yeah, Palm Springs.
Palm Springs, right, yeah.
It took 15 minutes for him to entirely lose his mind and just run out into the... It's so... appalling. It's so appalling.
Roddy doesn't do too much communicating, so you're trying to figure out what the hell he's doing. He could crack.